I created my first Shopify store, and I realized that in the back end there is a way you can simulate it to look like you're having a sale, but you're not really having a sale. Hey guys, how are you guys doing? I hope you're doing great. If this is your first time seeing my face, you're welcome. My name is Janet, and if you're a returning subscriber, I want to say thank you so much for always coming back to watch my videos. I see you liking, commenting. I want to really appreciate you for your support. Before I start today's video, I want to talk about something. I realized that about 56% of my viewers are not even subscribed to my channel. So if this channel has helped you in one way or the other, if it has helped you with your move to Budapest, with your move to other parts of Hungary, if it has helped you somehow with a question you've had about personal finance or personal development, I just want to solicit your support and ask you to please subscribe to this channel. Support me so that this channel will grow. And you will see the subscribe button down below. Hit that button and also the notification bell so that you can be notified every time I upload a new video. Thank you so much for doing that. And let's get into this video is going to be about 7 common ways that we are spending our money and wasting our finances without even realizing it. I'm also going to talk about some things that you can do to help you reduce financial waste, to help you limit the amount of money you are spending on irrelevant things, I would say. And most of the things that are on my list are things I actually did myself in the past. I've done most of these things, and I had to find ways to close the holes, close all the loopholes, so that I'm not wasting my money buying things that I do not need. The first point I would like to talk about is emotional shopping and impulse buying. These are two different things, right? With emotional shopping, you see that the person finds comfort in shopping. So if the person is sad or moody, lonely, just not feeling good about themselves, shopping actually helps to improve the person's mood. Retail therapy is real, and it actually helps the person to get out of the current situation they are in and make them feel good about themselves. Like, it changes the mood. That's emotional shopping. And with impulse buying, it's literally buying things on impulse. Like, you didn't plan to buy these items, you see something that you really like and all your senses come to life, and you just have to have that item. You just have to buy it. It doesn't matter how much you have in your bank account. If you are literally on your last $10, you just have to have it. Like, that's impulse buying. You see something, you didn't plan for it, and you just make a purchase. With emotional and impulse buying, it leads to wastage, it leads to buying mistakes, it leads to buying regret. Like, there's this regret you feel like maybe after a week of purchasing the item, you feel like, I didn't really need. What you can do about this issue is, especially with emotional shopping, I would say, like, the first thing you have to do is to find out the mood. Like, what kind of mood are you in that triggers you to go and shop? Like, is it when you are sad, when you're lonely? Identify that mood, and whenever it comes, you try to divert your attention to something else so that it doesn't lead you to emotional shopping. With impulse buying, which is something I actually struggled with in the past, I learned about this 48-hour rule, where whenever I see something, I literally hold back and I decide not to buy that item. And what I do is I leave the shop, or if it's a physical shop, I'll leave the shop, or if it's an online store, I would close the app and wait for 24 hours or 48 hours. And I kid you not, 9 out of 10 times, I usually don't even remember that I had something in my basket, or that I saw a really nice dress that I really wanted to buy. So try to implement this 48-hour rule. Like, delay the sense of urgency that you feel like you need to have that item, and it can help you to curtail impulse buying. And it would take like time, to get used to it. Like, if you do it 3-4 times, it will become a habit, and then you wouldn't have to spend your money like on impulse buying and wasting your finances. Second thing that leads to financial waste is unused subscription. So this is about monthly subscription, Netflix, Hulu, Disney Plus, Spotify, Audible, like all these things that we subscribe to every month can lead to financial waste if we're not using them. I can give a good example: a gym, like a gym membership. And if you are paying for a gym membership and you're not utilizing the services in the gym, it's actually a financial waste, because why pay for a gym that you're not going to be going to? Why spend money on gym membership if you're not going to go to the gym? So it's part of the waste, like it's part of the things that are causing us to lose money. There is no need to have 3 different subscription for movies, 2 or 3 different subscriptions for music. Like, I feel like 1 should be enough. There are people that have more than 2. So you might want to sit down and review that. For me, what I do is I do, like, every year I have on my calendar a reminder to go through all my subscriptions once a year. Usually at the end of the year I'll go through it, and if there's something on that my payments that I have not utilized, like if I've not gotten good use of it, I'll have to rethink my decision, and then I'll just cancel the subscription, right? So this is something you can do. Try to review your subscriptions. It can be quarterly, it can be biannually, it can be yearly, whatever works for you. Put a reminder on your calendar to review your subscription and delete whatever you're not using, whatever you're not getting the value of the money you're paying for. Then you should cancel the subscription. You can always subscribe back, like if you really need it at a point in your life again, but yeah, unused subscription is a common way that we are wasting our finances. The third point is grocery shopping without having what you want to cook in your mind, like without thinking of what you want to make. The thing with grocery shopping is that if you don't make like Jenna, to be honest, like even if I make a list of things to buy in the grocery shop, I always buy something that is not on the list. And I try to console myself. I say, oh well, I'm going to eat it, like, you know, it's like for my nourishment. That's the excuse I give myself, like it's for my nourishment. But one thing I realized is that whenever I go to the grocery shop without knowing what I want to cook, I buy unnecessary things. I buy too much. I buy things that I wouldn't use. What I've learned to do is I cook every Saturday, so every weekend I'll prep my meal, and before that you would have like a list of items that you're going to buy to make that particular dish. So if you want to make pasta, make a list of all the things you're going to need to make pasta. Go to the grocery shop, get those items only and the same quantity you need, and you would limit how much money you're going to waste without having an idea of what you want to cook for the week. Or if you cook every 3 days, you also have to take that into consideration. Point number 4 is comparing yourself to other people. Comparing yourself to other people might actually make you go overboard and spend money that you didn't plan to spend. We're all different, like we earn different amounts of money, and our taste in things are different. So you cannot compare yourself to another person and try to spend money based on how that other person is spending money. If someone can afford $500 on a piece of item and you can afford $200 on that item, stick with that. Stick with your level of income. Don't go overboard because you're trying to keep up, you know, with people. You're trying to keep up and like feel among, and you try to fit in. That can actually make you to overspend, and it can lead to financial wastage. So don't compare yourself to others. It can lead to overbuying. It can trigger you to spend money you didn't plan, and definitely leading to wastage. Number 5 on my list is not budgeting your expenses, and even when you budget, you don't stick to that budget. This has happened to me several times. Like when I started the process of, you know, budgeting my expenses, for a long period of time I wasn't sticking to my budget, and I would end up like spending money that I didn't plan to spend. I overspend, and then have to touch maybe my savings to, you know, cover up. So you have to build that discipline of sticking to a budget. And when people hear budget, they feel like, oh my god, like just be free, you know, you can spend your money, like this life is one life, just enjoy yourself with whatever you are making. If you're that kind of person that wants to save money to do something else in the future, to invest, to do whatever, you have to discipline yourself to stick to a budget, because if you don't, it's going to lead you to spend money that you didn't plan and leading to financial waste. What you can do is try to keep like a range. Maybe not keep like a fixed amount of money. What I do is I keep a range and I never go above that range, except for some month that maybe something happens and then I need to spend more. Okay, that's fine, that's life, right? But if I don't have to, like, I always try to stick to my budget. Number 6 on my list is sale. Who doesn't like a bargain? Everybody likes a bargain. I'm actually making this video 1 week before Black Friday, and we are getting into that period where there will be a lot of sale, and I love a bargain. Like, whenever I get a bargain, I love it. But the issue with sale is that some of the retailers are not really they're not honest with sale, because I actually started to have trust issues with sale when I created my first Shopify store, and I realized that in the back end there is a way you can simulate it to look like you're having a sale, but you're not really having a sale. So if an item is $10, you can actually put the price as $12 with a slash and say, oh, you can get it for $9 or $10, but the actual price is $10. So at the end of the day, it's not really a sale. So I feel like you're not really getting a bargain in that case if there are a lot of retailers or sellers that do this kind of marketing gimmick. And the thing also with sale is that if an item is $10 and then it was retailed for $7, the reality is that you are not spending, or you are not saving $3. You are literally spending, you are losing $7. So it doesn't matter, like, if they remove $3 from the price, at the end of the day you are still losing $7. You are still giving $7. Wait for the sale period to buy high ticket items. Definitely wait. And for this Black Friday, I have 3 things on my list that I've been wanting to buy, and I'm going to wait for the Black Friday and make that purchase because I also want a bargain for those items. But if it's a habit and you're constantly buying stuff, like buying clothes, buying stuff, whatever you see things on sale you just want to buy, this thing adds up and it piles up. You might have like a bunch of stuff in your house that you bought on sale that you don't even need. So that definitely leads to financial waste. The last point I would like to talk about is buying cheap things in the guise of saving money. When I talk about cheap things in this scenario, I'm talking about items that should be of good quality, that would last you a long time. But then if you buy cheap, you end up spending more money in the long term. I'm talking about items like electronics, items like furnishing, home appliances, kitchenware, these things that you should buy like quality, so that it can last you a long time. But then if you try to save money when making this kind of purchase and you buy cheap and less expensive items, it's going to cost you more in the long term. Let's say, for example, person A buys a refrigerator, a cheap one, and person B buys another refrigerator which is a bit expensive than person A's price, but it's more quality. The second person actually saves money in the long term, because the person that bought a cheap refrigerator might end up having to repair that refrigerator maybe twice in a year or 3 times in 2 years, or refrigerator would not even last up to 5 years and you have to change and buy a new one. So the second person saves money in the long term, and the first person would end up wasting their money, wasting their finances, going the cheap route. So if you can, for this kind of items, you should save money and buy a good one so that you make a good purchase that would stand the test of time and you get value for your money. This was all I wanted to share with you guys today. 7 common ways that we are wasting our finances without even realizing it. If there are other things that you'd like to add to this list, leave it in the comment section. I love reading your comments in the comment section. Do leave your comments, like this video, share it with your friends. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe to this channel. And I'm also going to continue making my series about living, working, studying in Hungary, because I see you guys like that kind of video. So I'm going to continue making that. I really appreciate your time. Thank you for watching to the end, and I will see you guys in my next one.